Most unique adventure activities to try around the world. Get ready to inject your travels with a surge of adrenaline and excitement as we dive into the world of heart-pounding adventure activities. As much as we love lounging on a faraway beach or revisiting our favorite city for the 10th time, sometimes our passports need some adventure travel. We're talking about those once-in-a-lifetime trips that push us way outside our comfort zones. Adventure travel is a great way to see more of the world, while also testing your physical limits and coming home with a lifetime's worth of stories to tell at parties. In this video, we've rounded up some of the most incredible outdoor adventures for intrepid travelers, ranging from climbing Machu Picchu to skydiving in Dubai. Number 1. Boat under the Iguazu Falls. South America's Iguazu Falls, located on the border of Brazil and Argentina, make all other waterfalls look like mere trickles in comparison. The system of more than 200 cascades reaching heights of around 270 feet can be viewed from surrounding walkways and catwalks, but we're fans of the more adventurous vantage point, hopping on an Iguazu jungle inflatable raft and sailing directly under the exhilarating high-pressure falls. Number 2. Raft the Grand Canyon, Arizona, USA. To see the Great Gorge from a completely different and rare angle. Looking down the squiggle of the Colorado River from a mile on the rocky rim, it seems impossible that this river could have carved the gargantuan Grand Canyon. Of course, it's had about 2 billion years to do so, slowly slicing through the black, red, orange, purple strata to create one of the natural wonders of the world. This is why seeing the canyon from the water level is the best way to appreciate it. The experience offers a far more intimate encounter than peering in from the top, as well as a close-up of all that glorious geology. The official launch point for a full run is Lee's Ferry at the northeast of Grand Canyon National Park. The end is at Lake Mead, 443 kilometers further on. En route are side canyons, pool-blown sites, swimming holes, and sandy beaches, not to mention plenty of wild water. So all good, it's just getting authorization to enter that's the problem. There's a weighted lottery system with a waiting list of several years to secure a private rafting permit. Fortunately, commercial tour op trips which range from 1 day to 3-week floats are available, but even these need booking in advance if you want to guarantee your rendezvous with all this ancient rock. Number 3. Visit Antarctica. Antarctica is a land of grand voyages, powerful, dangerous, but undeniably exciting. The chance to venture where so few others have visited is perhaps the very reason it tops so many wish lists. To visit a place even less well known to travelers, embark on a cruise into the Weddell Sea to the east. Crashing icebergs, vast ice flows, and often unpredictable and treacherous conditions will show you what real adventure looks and feels like. Spot a variety of wildlife, including impressive baleen whales just under the surface and colonies of penguins and seals clustered on the thick ice on top. Weddell Sea voyages are limited to just a few a year. If you want to go, you need to be organized and plan well in advance. Head north to the Arctic for a cruise down the little seen seas of the Northeast Passage. Expect walruses and polar bears. Number 4. Trek to Petra, Jordan. A wanderlust favorite, Petra is one of the Middle East's great wonders. This UNESCO-listed archaeological site is carved into pink sandstone cliffs, hidden within Jordan's mountain and desert landscape. Many visit the Red Rose City from Amman via a 3-hour car journey, but we prefer a more adventurous approach. The Jordan Trail is a 640 kilometers long route launched in 2015 that spans the entire country, taking around 40 days to complete the whole thing. We're not suggesting the entire route needs to be traversed, although it is a great way to experience the best of Jordan. Instead, try the 3 to 5 day trek from Dana to Petra. Around 80 kilometers in length, this rewarding section enters the beautiful lost city from an old caravan route. The fantastic hike follows the beautiful valley of Fainan to the dramatic mountain scenery of Wadi Araba over a mountain pass before a final canyon and wide valley build up to the dramatic ascent to Petra's ancient monastery. Along the way, you'll find secret pools of water to take a dip, smell local herbs and flowers, see Jordan's birds and animals, and experience the diversity of terrain that Jordan has to offer. Number 5. Swim with turtles in Ningaloo, Western Australia. To take a dip in endangered species. Western Australia's Ningaloo Reef isn't as big as the Great Barrier on the opposite coast, but it still attracts around 500 species of fish. Best of all, in parts it lays only 100 meters offshore, making its underwater riches extremely accessible. The snorkeling is superb too. How to tick it off your list? 3 of the world's 7 species of marine turtles nest on beaches and islands near Ningaloo between November and April. Green listed as endangered, hawksbill critically endangered, and loggerhead vulnerable. However, turtles swim offshore year-round, and their lumping on land movements transform into a graceful ballet once they're in the water. Good spots include Shark Bay, the Muiron Islands, and Turtle Bay on Dirk Hartog Island. Number 6. Spot a snow leopard in Ladakh, India. Few have seen this endangered cat. There are thought to be just 4,000 to 6,500 snow leopards left in the wild. Coupled with the fact that these charismatic big cats tend to live in cold and hospitable rocky cliff tops at altitudes above 3,000 meters, they're not that easy to spot. This makes this sighting very special, and most trips that venture into their domain, largely Tibet, the Himalayas, and the stands make it clear that you'd be fortunate to see even a paw print. However, in recent years, Ladakh's Hermanus National Park has gained a reputation as the world's snow leopard capital, with hundreds of leopards, and as time passes, local guides gain an ever better understanding of their habits. There are still no guarantees, but in Hermanus's Husing, Tarbans, and Rumbak valleys, sightings are relatively common. Husing is on a well-known snow leopard corridor. Visit in winter, when the snow brings the cats to lower ground, and with the help of local knowledge, trained trackers, and spotting scopes, you might be in luck. Flights connect Delhi to the regional hub Leh, which is 40 kilometers from Hermanus NP. There are 6 villages in the park. Accommodation is in homestays or camping. Like that, try this. Track giant pandas in China's Phoping Nature Reserve for the frisson of seeing the poster child of conservation in the wild. Number 7. Descend into a volcano in Iceland. For a unique descent into the Earth's belly. To inject some Jules Verne adventure into your bucket list, you need to head to Iceland. It's a strange, singular place. A newborn babe in geological terms, you can virtually see it being formed before your eyes. The land groans, hisses, and spews. This makes delving beneath the surface quite exciting indeed, though something easy to achieve since 2012 when commercial tours began plunging into the Treetops volcano. Clipped on to what's essentially a window cleaner's lift, you're slowly lowered 120 meters into another world, a magma chamber uniquely drained of its magma. Lights reveal a cavern of many colors: bruised purples, sulfur yellows, blood reds. Water drips from above, while breaking into song demonstrate the excellent acoustics. It is wonderful and very weird. Treetops is dormant, last erupting over 4,000 years ago. There's no sign that it's about to spring into life, but tours are only announced on a year-by-year basis because, well, you never know. Tours run from May to October, so book your trip accordingly. Like that, try this. Hike up Mount Etna to stand on one of the most active volcanoes in the world. Number 8. Visits Helena, South Atlantic. Even though the Royal Mail ship departed on its last trip to Helena last year, it's still not too late to visit this far-flung isle. With an airport now on the island, it is now arguably easier than ever to visit. The South Atlantic speck is a crumple of glorious geomorphology, small, but riven with deep gullies, gulches, and volcanic after effects, and swept with semi-tropical lushness. The waters are brimful of dolphins, the skies wheel with myriad birds. Make the most of the large congregation of whale sharks by snorkeling alongside these gentle giants from January to March. But it's the human story that is most fascinating. Less than 5,000 people live on this lonely isle, in settlements little changed since Georgian times. Explore it all on foot by walking some of the post-box walks, which vary in difficulty but all offer views of the most scenic and untouched parts of the island. You will get a logbook and a stamp at the end to prove you've completed them. Or go on a historic ramble to get to know Napoleon's influence on the isle. Plan your trip dates based on your biggest interests. Here's what to do when in Helena. Do your research before you book too, as the isle's post-box walks vary in difficulty and even the easier ones can be tricky. Like that, try this. Sail to Russia's Wrangel Island at a polar bear heaven. It's only accessible from July to August by very few specialist cruise ships. Share your ultimate adventure activities in the comments below and join our community of travel enthusiasts. Don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring journeys and epic destinations.